Now, along our pilgrimage route across the Pyrenees between France and Spain, we have completed our journey and we are standing in front of the Church of St. James in Santiago de Compostela. Now, here is the church as it stands today. When I say or I emphasize today, it's because the facade, the exterior of the Cathedral of St. James is not the original Romanesque. It went through some major facelifts over hundreds and hundreds of years. So instead of looking and discussing the exterior of the Cathedral of St. James, I want us to look at the overall shape from this perspective, right? So we were standing here, or floating here, looking at the front of the church, and we see the extended nave, the cruciform shape, right? And then there's the apse in the back. Here, better view of it. So there is the front courtyard, the front doors, the extended nave, the transepts, and the apse of the cruciform shape. Remember that the exterior decoration is not original to this structure. The original structure was much less elaborate and ornate. Here is an artist rendering of the exterior from the view of the apse. But I like to show you these aerial views so that you can appreciate the similarities between this and what we saw in St. Sernin. Now, remember, along your journey, you would be picking up badges or patches or pins from various important pilgrimage sites. And when you reach Santiago de Compostela, you can get a badge or a pin or a pendant in the shape of the scallop shell. So these are some modern day scallop shells that are sold when you visit Santiago de Compostela. And remember, we saw another figure in Gislibertus just above, right? In the video above this one, a few videos above this one, where they had the patch of the scallop shell indicating Santiago de Compostela. So let's walk inside. Ooh, okay. Now, we are familiar with a pilgrimage type church. Look back at your notes for St. Sernin. What do we have here? Well, we're standing in the extended nave looking towards the apse. What do we see? I wish you were in class with me and I could hear you telling me. So let's just start. Up here? Stone vaulting. And then transverse arches. Okay? Now I'll mime this for you. Any idea? The transverse arch leads down to the compound piers. Yes, yes, okay. And then we have side aisles, and above that, a gallery level. Ah, okay. So immediately we should recognize these elements as indicative of a pilgrimage type church, which this is. It's the end of the pilgrimage for many people in Europe. Here's another view of it to remind you of those transverse arches. Yes. And in case you didn't get your notes, the compound piers. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Now, as I said before, pilgrimages are still practiced today, and the Cathedral of St. James is known for, well, its continued use as a pilgrimage church and its sacred mass, which includes this massive incense burner called the botafumeiro. And the botafumeiro is, it means the smoke expeller. And it's swung by 8 men, and it swings across the transept between the apse and the nave during special ceremonial mass. So I'm going to include a video. It's just a random YouTube video posted by a tourist of the experience inside the nave of the Cathedral of St. James and the lighting and the swinging of the Boto Fumiero. So enjoy. And think of it as a closing to your own pilgrimage through France down into Spain.